Anthony Walker talked about the biggest additions to the Browns defense this year.
I say every piece matters. Each person has brought, their own personality to it. Starting with Jim Schwartz, all the way down to Zadarius, to Shelby, to DT, to all those guys. They've all brought something that we really need to this defense. So I can't pick out one person, but I think as a unit we've gotten better.
Jeff, I keep going back to this. I think it's Jim Schwartz because this defense has an identity already, and it didn't the last 3 years.
Oh, he absolutely bought you brand name, obviously credibility. The one name that Anthony Walker did mention, and one thing that stuck out from the Kansas City Chiefs game, granted it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, this team never, in the 7 years I've covered, has had a free safety that drives on the ball, makes the play, and returns it to the house, which we saw from Juan Thornhill in the final preseason game. You add that, and obviously McLeod and everybody else here. You basically almost brought in, you brought in a brand new defensive line. You needed one piece in the secondary. You needed a true free safety. Well, you got him. You got a hybrid safety who can do anything you ask of him, McLeod, who came in here, and Delpit's never been the issue in his time here. This defense is plugged in. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, the Bengals might be a tough draw week one. Maybe, but just maybe, because the Browns have had so much success against this franchise the last few years, it's probably the best of these teams that they're going to play through the first 6 weeks of the 5 teams to get, because it's not that hard. There's a lot of this coaching staff that was here for these past Bengal victories. So the game plan should be the same as it was in those years, just you're playing with a much, much more talented roster on defense.